Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Marloon, this is Main Books, and today we're going to do the September wrap-up video. I read 9 books this month, and if you want to see the reading vlog I did, or the challenge, I read 7 books in 7 days, so definitely go check that out, because it was really fun, and I talk more about the books I'm going to show you now. So the first book that I read was The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I'd never read a Frida McFadden book before because I just heard the things like a lot of people love them and other people critique it for not being good. So I was like, I don't need to read this, but the movie's coming out and I do want to see the movie, so I was like, okay, I'll read the book. And yeah, I totally see how it's not like good writing, but it's enjoyable. So I don't think I'll be reading any more of her books, but I can definitely see how it's fun, like a fast thriller, plot turns, whatever. It's enjoyable. But it's a book you can read really fast. I have not been reading for a while. I just picked that up, read it really quickly, so that was great. This book is about a woman who's going to work as a housemaid for this rich family, and then she is living in this small tiny attic room, and there's a lock on the outside of the door. So, you know, stuff happens. It's a good thrillery time, and I think I'll give it a 3.5 because it was very enjoyable, but I wouldn't say it's very good. So I do recommend it if you just want to get through a quick thriller, but I'm glad you know what it's all about. Like, such a popular book to have read it, it's kind of good to be in the know, and now I can watch the movie and like compare it and stuff. And now we're starting with all the books that I read in the video, so if you want to see more thoughts on it, you should watch that. The first book I read is Stargazer by Laurie Petrou. This is a book about two girls, I think it's like in the 90s, and they grew up next to each other, but they didn't really engage then, and then at some point they start becoming friends and they go to college together, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's such a like an obsessive friendship, weird girl vibes, like these girls are just like partying and stuff, and one of the girls has a famous mother and she doesn't really like that, and the other friend just has had a rough life, and she is an artist and an athlete, and she's just like, she is kind of into that fame thing. I give it a 3.75. I really enjoyed this. Then I read Before We Were Innocent as an audiobook. This book is about our main character Bess, and you see her as a teenager and then later as an adult. And as a teenager she has these two friends, Jody and Evangeline. They go on a trip together and something happens on that trip with Evangeline, and you see all about that and how bad that all was. And then in the later timeline, our main character Bess is kind of like isolated herself because of everything that has happened in the past, and her friend Jody comes look for her and is like, well, I need your help. So you just kind of see how that friendship is like balanced on something, and yeah, it's kind of like a mystery sort of, but it also reads a little bit like general fiction. So yeah, I think I'll give it a 3.5. It was totally fine. I had a good time, but it was not anything super special. Then I read Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the 4th book in the series, and it also comes with a novella. I'll talk about that in a second. So I completed the series. We love that. So this series is just about these girls who are recruited by the FBI to help with cold cases, and yeah, you see them getting involved with actual cases, and you see them like they all have like childhood trauma, obviously. And you see them like bond with each other and like get involved in their cases, or like it's connected to them of some sort. So it's just an enjoyable series, but it's very unrealistic, and the characters are a little bit like a gimmick, right? They're not very realistic, but it's a good time, easy books to read, and yeah, I like it for what it is. And then I read the novella, and that is a little bit of a time jump into the future where the naturals are adults and they're getting involved with an old case, and you see little snippets of their childhood, so you get to know them a little bit better. And yeah, that was fun too. So I think I'll give this book 3.5. I don't know if I can give it higher. I just, when I'm reading it, I have a good time, but I'm not like, wow, this is really good. I'm just more like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah, and then the novella, yeah, same thing. So yeah, very happy to finish the series. Then I read Graveyard Shift by Emma Rio. This is a very short book. So it all takes place in one night. These people meet every night at the cemetery to smoke, and then on this night there's something different on the graveyard. So they're like, what is that? And they're like, let's investigate. So that's what this book is about. I really enjoyed it. I wish it was longer, which is a good sign. So I think I'll give it a 3.75. It could have been longer, but I just like her writing so much. So I definitely recommend this as a short little book. Perfect for fall. Then I listened to the audiobook of Exalted by Anna Dorn. This book, Anna Dorn writes in such an enjoyable way. Like, it's such a brain rot, crazy, unlikable people. It's just, I have a great time with it. We follow two characters, and one is an owner of an Instagram account called Exalted, and she posts astrology memes and she gives people chart readings, and I love that. I ate that shit up. And then this other character is a follower of that account, a fan of hers, and yeah, you just see their lives. They both have bad mental problems, and everything they do, they connect it to astrology, which is like, at some point in the book she's gonna bash all that, and that was a little bit harsh on me because I was like, this is just relatable as it is. Like, explaining everything through astrology and then bashing that is a bit like, excuse you. But yeah, it was a good time. Some crazy things happen. It was fun. What to rate it? I don't know. Can I give it a 3.75, or is that a bit too high maybe? No, I'm just gonna give it that. Well, no, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 for the bashing of the astrology. If that wasn't in there, then I would have given it a 3.75, but it wasn't there. She bashed it, so it made me question my whole existence. We don't like that. And then I listened to the audiobook of Blob by Maggie Sue. This is a book about a woman, and she's kind of like not really doing her best. She is still suffering from a breakup, and she finds a blobfish behind a dumpster, and she's like, you're coming home with me. And yeah, this blobfish kind of transforms into like a Brad Pitt kind of person, and you just kind of see that development and everything going on in her life, and how she like is with other people. It's interesting. I don't think this book is for everyone, but like her abandonment issues made it relatable to me, so I get it. But it was not the best book ever, but it was fun. It was a good time. I give it a 3.5 stars. Then the last book I read was Heft by Liz Moore. This book is about a man who is obese, and because he's so sad and ashamed of that, he has been locked up in his own house for like 10 years. He used to have a friend or a lover or whatever they were, and they kept writing to each other. And then one day she calls him like, my son needs your help with like college applications. And he's like, okay, sure, you can come over. And then he hires a cleaner, so you know his house is presentable again. And then you switch to the POV of the son of that woman. And I don't know, the first part I was just reading about our main character and him like hiring a cleaner. It gave me very like found family, heartwarming feels. I was like, well, this is gonna be super nice, you know, see a lonely man get out again. And then the other POV is just very sad. Just the whole book, I thought it was going somewhere, and it didn't really go there in the way I thought it would. So I was a little bit disappointed by that, because I was eating it up at the beginning, and then I was kind of like, well, we're nearing the end, and it's still kind of like, so I guess I'll give it a 3.5, because it didn't give me what I thought it would, which is fine, but I had other things in mind. Anyways, those were the 9 books I read this month. That's great. The challenge really helped, as you can see. Yeah, I'm excited for my next wrap up, and we can read maybe even more books. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you have any recommendations for me. So yeah, that was everything. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other video of the 7 books in 7 days challenge, and I would love to see you next time. Bye!